here, Clover.
Come on, this way.
Let's go do a podcast. Come on, let's do a podcast. All right, into the studio you go. 0. Hello, everybody. This is an update on Clover, our 8-month-old Boston Terrier, who we have right here, our precious little angel. We had a little accident when Carrie and I were in Chicago seeing our son, Mason. We left Clover with a sitter and
a family member.
A family member. And we took Josie and Cricket with us. Well, the reason we left her is because she's young and we were going to be in and out of people's homes, and she wasn't ready yet. And she's just not really fully potty trained, although she is pretty much now. But anyway, so we decided to leave her with family. So we're going to be gone for 12 days.
It was after the first week. She was with them for the first week, and then which would have been from, we left on a Thursday, and it was that next Thursday it was that Thursday. It was Friday. We got a call.
Friday morning. No, well, so this is really weird because Carrie was like very worried the night before. We were at a truck stop.
Right, because I've been trying to get a hold of my family member, and nobody was answering.
And so we were in the
area. I heard that there was like electric outage, like everybody was out of electric, and so I was worried about that. So I thought maybe that's why I couldn't get a hold of.
Yeah, and so we were worried, and I was trying to tell her not to worry. Don't worry about it. They're fine. Everything's fine. And the next morning, we got a call from a friend. And this friend said that
it was a text. I got a text.
Oh, a text. Okay, we got a text
that Clover had gotten out, and it was like the worst news ever. I was like, what? It was like, anyway. I went into shock.
It was pretty much everything we were fearing was happening. So we were freaking out. We're thousands of miles away and completely helpless. We can't do anything. Our puppy is missing. And so we immediately started praying about her, that God would find her.
I literally screamed, Jesus.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, please find our puppy. I was so scared. And so, of course, then I'm calling around and I'm just texting and trying to find out more information. And I just put a post on Facebook and was like, if anybody's seen my baby, my puppy, she got out Thursday night.
Murray Hill area.
And as soon as I put pictures up and said, put the post up, I immediately got a message from ASP.
ASPC. It's like Jacksonville, the Humane Society.
Animal Control and Protective Services.
Animal Services Protective.
So they're off of 4th Street. They're in Jacksonville.
We'll get that right.
Yeah, so she messaged me on Facebook, and she never gets on Facebook, but she saw my post, messaged me immediately. It was literally like minutes after I put the post up. And I was like, what? She had said that there was a volunteer that had come in or was coming into work and found her under a semi-truck on off of 17. And they could tell she had been hit by a car, and I was just so glad to know that she was found and she was alive. And
and she lost it. I mean, it was very, very, very hard on Carrie. And she is so sweet.
I feel like I checked out. I just was checked out until I could get home. I feel so bad for. I mean, immediately I was feeling guilty. Of course, I immediately felt I can't believe I let this happen to my baby, and I was like, I felt so like I should not be here. We should not have done that. And I felt like all this like terrible emotions. And then I was just like, I don't want to feel bad for seeing my son though, because I was so thankful to have that trip to see our son and to spend that time with him. And I don't regret that. But all of that was going through my head. And then of course, I was just I feel bad too because I feel like since I had checked out, I was like in a fog. I was not myself, and I was not totally present. I tried my best when we were visiting with friends in Tennessee. Like once we got there later, because we were on our way to them to hang out, and I just felt so bad. I was trying my best, and I mean, we still had a really good time, and they were so hospitable. We did have a good time, and they treated us so well there. Karina and Mike and their sweet daughter Savannah. But I wish I could have been more present. I just was in a fog. I feel like I'm just still trying to get back to normal. I feel like it's just really, really devastating. But
so
anyways.
we left pretty much a day early. We were going to stop over and sleep, but I felt fine and I was ready to get home. So we drove the whole way home from Tennessee and went home, and we were going to pick her up the next morning from the Humane Society or the Pound, Jacksonville Pound. And
okay, so when I talked to, it's Franny, that's who I talked to at the animal control care place. She was very sweet and was assuring me that they were taking really good care of her. Had all the resources to make sure she was comfortable. She didn't know the severity of what had happened. I believe she said she could tell she had a broken arm, but that's about it at the time. So they did give her medication to help her be comfortable, and was feeding her, and she had a safe place. So I knew she was going to be there for the weekend anyway, and we were going to try to be home by Monday.
And they said the doctors were coming in on Monday to evaluate her.
Yeah.
And she also said that everything would be taken care of by them. And she actually apologized for not letting us know that all this was a free service, and we were just like, that was such a burden lifted off of us because we knew we couldn't afford it, and we want her to have the best care that she could have. And so that all went by, and Monday morning came around, and we decided to go. We called them, and it was a totally different story.
Yeah, there was a different person in charge too, and so I'm not sure if the messages got relayed or what happened, but apparently all they did was spay her, and we thought we were coming back to pick her up being fixed and like everything being taken care of, her broken arm, and later then we found out she did have a broken jaw as well. So,
but they actually recommended that her arm would be amputated.
Yes.
And that is what made Carrie, lose it. She did not want this to happen. And pretty much every vet we called, because when we picked her up, we had to, basically it was like, here you go. You're going to have to find services somewhere else.
Well, okay, so when we went to go pick her up Monday, or I'm sorry, ended up being, it was Monday. Yeah, as soon as we were able to pick, because we ended up coming home Sunday, and we got home super late Sunday because we were like, we have got to be there to get her Monday. So we went and got her Monday, came there. All they could do was spade her, which I wasn't even care. That was like, I guess it's something they have to do, but I was like, really? That's what they did. And it's like, so now she's got a broken arm and a broken jaw, and they thought it was broken in two places apparently. And so now we're like, well, and so we bring her home, and they did say we'll take her to Humane Society. And
hold on, we were still kind of like, what's going on? We thought everything was going to be taken care of here, and we were going to come get her Tuesday after all this was done. You know, we didn't know if they were going to amputate her arm. We knew nothing. And when we got there, it was like, here's your dog. Good luck to you. They were nice and very helpful in pointing us the direction, but it was very like, wait, this is totally different. This is a different story.
Or the difference in communications of the different people that I guess were relaying messages or whatever. But I mean, I don't want to say anything bad about it.
No, I know. I'm not saying anything bad.
Franny and Marcy both were amazing, very sweet, very helpful, especially when it came to having to get other information that I needed to relay to other doctors.
Exactly.
So I'm very thankful for them working with me and being there, answering the phone at least, because you try to call that place through their regular phone number, forget it. You cannot get into
so basically the clock was ticking, and I've been frustrated through this whole thing. I understand, you know, I don't know what happened with that whole thing, but so the time is ticking for her to get health care for herself. And I mean, she can't have a broken jaw and a broken arm too long. I know nothing about anything, but I know that we needed to it's an emergency. So we started calling around. We called the people that they referred us to. They said they're really good. We called them. Nobody could see us until like Thursday. This was like 2 or 3 days after Monday. Nobody could see us, and everybody's surgeon is full. And I have friends that work in the veterinarian field, and they all agree that it's tough to get this kind of stuff done.
It's been a very frustrating thing, and I will tell you that was my biggest issue when we went to go pick her up and she was not fixed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I know how it is to try to get doctor's appointments, whether it's for kids or pets. And I'm like, where do I even start now? So I'm left to be calling to try to get her help, and I'm like, what?
And it just seems like nobody cares. And that might just be me.
It's just procedure, or it's
just business as usual, and that's how I see it. That's why I get frustrated. Anyway, so my mind is on my fur daughter here, getting her fixed up, and I don't know. I get angry. Yeah. So anyway, let's just get to the good part of this story.
Okay, so
because it makes me mad. And so anyway, she called all around all day. I had to go to work. She called and finally got through to ECOVets, and they're in St. Augustine.
And they were referred by the Humane Society, so.
Yes, and I mean we're just being referred to other people all around, and like McClinney, Jacksonville, and nobody could do anything.
Well, and then here's the thing: it's like it's all like doctor's appointments. It's like, yeah, we can get you in, get a consultation, and then maybe the next day, or you gotta wait till surgery day. And I'm like, I need to get her in like right now. So ECOVets is apparently they are an emergency room, so they do take you in like an emergency room. You come in. And I was so thankful. They're like, come in today. Now. You can come now. And we're like, okay, let's go. And this was Tuesday. So we went straight to the ER. They took us right in.
Yeah,
so sweet, so kind. Like,
we walked through the door, and it was like,
like angels.
welcome, Clover. Like, we didn't even say anything. We walked through the door, and they go, is this Clover? Mm-hmm. And the place was like, it's like new and beautiful, and everything's clean, and all the staff is very friendly, and they're all working very hard, but they're all professional. It was weird.
So it just
because
really
it's
set us at ease after all what we've been through.
Thank you, Lord.
We just felt like this. Okay, we're where we need to be, and they're going to take care of her, and that's all we could hope for. Because I just explained everything. I was like, look. We need to get her fixed up. She's baby puppy. And that was now I'll tell you, Clay Humane, they would have taken her, but they really wanted her to be seen sooner, and they couldn't take her, and they were booked up with surgery. So I do want to say that when they recommended me to them, that's what I told them. Like, they want her to be seen right away. So I was very thankful that they got us in right away. And it was just like, they did everything. They did all the whatever they needed to do to look over her to find exactly what they need to do with her. And so
they did everything in house, and they talked to us about the financial side of it, and we were like,
Really?
look, we don't have money, but we're gonna do a GoFundMe, and we're gonna fill out applications for they have like a credit thing called Cherry, and then there's this other thing called Care Credit, and they're both ridiculous high interest rates. They're like 30%, but I don't care. And we really didn't want her to get her leg amputated. I mean, everybody is like,
that was another thing.
So like, oh yeah, there's dogs that have 3 legs and they live great lives, and it's just like, it's like the cheap option, I guess.
Hold on. Listen.
Am I wrong?
No, where she was rescued, where she was found, and she was held while we were out of town, and when we got there, that doctor just immediately recommended an amputation. It was on the email and on the paperwork when we brought that into this doctor, ECOVets. And so when I handed that over to them and they're looking at it, they're like, I can't it was almost like they're like,
they were the only one.
I can't believe they just automatically recommend that. And they couldn't even read the scans or whatever. They had to redo them and everything. And they're like, that should not have been the first option. So just so you know, always get a second option because it might not have to be done. And,
right.
And yes, it might be a little bit more expensive. But
I think here's the thing. I think a lot of these doctors, they don't know how to do what this doctor is going to do.
And apparently they were
they're
able to
an
do
orthopedic surgeon or orthopedic vet, and he or she, we haven't met him yet, him or her, but I think it's a him. He is very confident that he can do this, and he's done this before, and there's not a lot of other vets that can do this, and I think that's why they just lop their legs off.
No, I mean, it's an orthopedic, it's a specialty that you would have to take your dog to, and it's going to be more costly.
Yeah, she said specifically he's an orthopedic surgeon.
Right, and I want to make a point that if the procedure, and I thank God that the way that this has all happened, if anything was going to happen, of course, it's a horrible thing that's happened, and I hate that we're in this situation, but I am thankful that they actually did not continue to work on her because we would have picked her up she would have been a 3-legged dog. Like, they would have just taken her arm and it would have been just that. Like, that's what they do. They were not going to save her arm.
And
I'm glad that we got her back all together to where we took her now to another doctor who looks at her and says we can save her arm.
And we honestly, we were preparing for a 3-legged dog, and we had heard that many dogs they're fine, but we really didn't want to do that. I'm just thinking, like, God forbid anything happened to our human daughter or a human son, where it's just like you want to save their leg, and this is a baby. I mean, she's 8 months old, just starting out, and we saw her be born, and so this dog means a lot to us, and so we're gonna pay whatever the cost is, and it's gonna be a long haul. I know that it's gonna be really, it's gonna be a lot of work. Yeah, we have like 4 to 8 weeks of cleaning. Yeah, cleaning the wound where the rod is, and we're going to document everything. We're going to show her healing process because I really think, it's going to be an awesome thing.
And I was going to start out with that. Basically, wanted to let you all know that the reason we're doing this is for anybody else who might be in a situation or wants to look for something that might help them, because I've been looking and I'm not finding a lot.
Right.
I've been trying to find things to prepare me for this. I'm researching, trying to get myself, wrap it around my head what I'm getting into, and so I can kind of be prepared and have somewhat of what to do. And I'm really not finding a lot of information. So I really feel like this will be helpful if we document and the whole process and share it with anybody who it might help, because there's going to be a lot that's involved and it's worth it because this is our child. This is our fur baby.
And this isn't our first rodeo. We rescued a pit bull that was left for dead when I used to work at the motorcycle shop. And this
story was in the news.
Sasha, her story was amazing. I honestly, and I don't want to get into it because it's a long story, but it's an amazing story. And she was left for dead, and I thought I was taking her over to be euthanized, to put her out of her misery. And the doctor was like, look, if you take this dog home and mend her back to health.
Why though? Because they said they looked in her eyes.
She wanted to live. She put her arm up on the vet when she was going down to give her the injection. She put her arm up on her.
She looked into her eyes, and it was like,
no,
she don't want to go.
She didn't want to die.
And when we heard that, because that's what I heard, and I'm like, you're asking, I'm at work, and he emails me. I'm getting an email, because apparently that's the only way we can talk then. But I get an email, and he explains it that way, and I'm like, well, of course we're going to take her home. Then we can't leave her.
We had no idea what we were getting into, but that was 6 months of bandaging, cleaning. I mean, she was bad damaged, but she ended up being one of the best dogs we've ever had.
Our daughter
loves
her so much.
So loving, and just a great animal. She had the best spirit. Yeah. So anyway, I say that because we know that we can do this, and we're gonna take care of her, and we're going to get her back into shape. And I'm going to document everything. Like the GoFundMe we have right now is set at $10,000, and that's too high. So I'm going to lower it. And I've got all the estimate of all her medical needs, and we have what we've paid already. And I'm going to put all this totally transparent. So people that give to the GoFundMe, they know exactly what they're paying for. And I'm not trying to profit or do anything like that. And all this money is going to her. So, and I'm going to be accountable for everything. I'm going to show everybody everything we're doing.
And we are willing to take donations, because I know we're going to need medical supplies, to help keep her.
So if you want to send us like toys or pee pads or anything you think will help us, I'll put our PO box up, and I mean, anything helps.
Now she can't chew. She has broken jaw. She does have a broken jaw that she's going to be having water to fix, but.
I just got her really
a while too to get better. So she can't chew, and that's been kind of sad too, because that was her favorite thing to do, was chew on her bones and wood.
We just got a really sweet stick from the river in Tennessee, and she can't chew on it. So, but we'll save it.
It's going to be a while, but we want to. But I looked into, and that's another thing. These are things that I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to think about. Like, how do you stimulate a dog that can't really walk, can't really chew on things, there's not a lot, and it's like apparently there are stimulating like toys that
little games and stuff.
Yeah, so we're looking into that.
And if you know anything,
what those games are for her, like
toys for our friends, we have a lot of vet friends and friends that work in the medical field. If y'all know anything that you think will help us, please comment and let us know.
Whatever,
because I mean, we don't know.
Yeah,
what's going on.
Because I'm researching, and so far I'm not really finding a lot. But we're going to be looking on, I guess, online for some things that she can do, because she'll have one paw that she'll be able to hit things or whatever, but she can't run, she can't jump, she can't play with her twin sister or her mommy like she's used to, and it's just going to be a whole different world.
And anybody who knows about Boston Terriers, they know that's going to be almost an impossible task.
And I don't
because
want her
the zoomies are real.
Yeah, and we don't want her to feel sad or anything that she can't do these things. So we have to try to modify the best we can to keep her happy.
Yes. So we love Clover, and we are asking for any help we can get.
And your prayers.
And thank you so much for everybody. There's a lot of people that have already donated, so thank you guys so much. it helps because we do not have money. We did not expect this to happen. And so we're just trying to make do, and we don't want to take the cheap route, and we want her to have a leg, so we're paying for it regardless. If we don't make the money, we're gonna pay for it. So
I mean, and we've hustled before, we'll hustle again. Whatever that means. So,
yeah,
hustling, playing music. Maybe,
exactly.
Maybe I'll learn some.
Maybe we'll do a benefit, a Clover benefit or something. Save the leg. But anyway, thank you all so much, and please, if you have any information you can give to us, comment below and let us know.
We need your prayers too. It's not an easy task for us.
Especially me, because I'm super mad right now, and I'm trying not to be. But we love you, and we'll see you soon. I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, thank you,
all right,
everybody. We love you.
Peace.
Oh, goodbye, Clover.
Good morning. It's super early. Don't mind my face.
Yeah, good morning. And Good Friday. It is Good Friday today. Yes. And we weren't even thinking about that when we did the podcast. So this will be at the end of the podcast. But we just wanted to let everybody know that we took Clover in this morning to ECOVets to have her surgery on her arm and her jaw, and she is in good hands. We didn't realize who the doctor is, but Carrie was up pretty much all night last night researching all the doctors.
Yeah, I only got a few hours of sleep.
The doctor that is performing the surgery on Clover is one of the best
in Jacks. Best surgeons in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it sounds like he's one of the best, period.
Yeah.
And we're just, lucky to have him.
And we just found that out this morning.
Yeah, so we just read his bio, and it's amazing. So,
which put me at ease immediately. I was like, she's in good hands.
If she would have known that last night, she probably would have slept.
Yeah.
But anyway, we just want to update you and let you know Clover is in good hands, and we will be giving updates as she goes. But we just want your prayers.
Yes,
keep
please
praying
continue to pray for her and for us.
For us and everything. And I'm not angry right now. I'm actually in a good mood, and I'm very grateful that everything has worked out this way. God is just setting this all up, and it's just amazing to see what God is doing in our lives and in with our puppy. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to update you, and have a good weekend, and good Easter weekend, and don't forget the reason for this weekend, and
we love y'all.
Christ died for you and us, and he was risen, and that's an awesome thing. So go to church.
We love y'all. Thank you.
Ya.
The other day, still up to the same old tricks, yes, in the same way.